assuming.
So, during our last session, you guys were making your way up the tower. One of the players died. This session, the DMI. You've made your way further upward towards the broken light, where the light has been turned off. You guys are currently in the workshop room. There's a whole bunch of random tools and gears that have been fairly well maintained, but have been thrown to the side in order to make way for the wasps that have taken up residence there. Can you go ahead and describe each of your characters real fast for those who will be watching this show? Howie, who are you playing right now?
I am Penny, a heretical priest who has chains and needles.
Howie, next to you on the outlets, can you press the glowing button for the air conditioner?
No. Alexa, turn off office AC.
Resident Wizard. So you're this heretical priest that was recently reborn from your previous corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And who's our other character?
I'm Nessie. I look like a tall white. Just have Valium.
You guys are currently covered in a dead slime.
I'm always covered in slime. It's my
That's
natural
true.
armor. It's snot.
I forgot about that. You're this ethereal creature. Presently covered in way too many eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are currently in this workshop, as I mentioned. There is a staircase that's ascending upward and descending back into the chamber that you just left, and you were just pulled from.
Yummy.
Your past lives tend to still outside.
We got the rest of this stuff.
Yep.
That is the important thing. Always loot the bodies.
So, you guys are... How are you guys looking? Who's damaged, who's not? Ooh.
I'm out of omens, but currently at full hit points.
Okay.
All 7 of them.
I'm at full hit points with 3 hit points, and I have 4 omens available since I just was reborn, so.
Alright. Above you, the ceiling drips. You can smell this rot that just permeates this particular chamber. The sound of the buzzing wings are cacophony around you. It's probably the quietest in this room since there's currently no bees in it, but you can clearly hear this surround sound effect coming from above, below. The walls themselves seem to vibrate, letting you know that they're ever present. These horrible, flesh-rending wasps.
Now we're currently up in a room because we looked around there for a rope, and we're trying to find a way to actually light.
Yes, your current goal is to relight the lighthouse so that your ship doesn't crash and you can leave this.
But are we on like a
horrific-
middle level or are we on the top level?
No, you're on the second floor. You just ascended the staircase up to this workroom place, and there is only the single staircase that goes upward still or down.
Shall we continue up?
Yes. It seems like there's nowhere to go but up.
Well,
I leave an eye perched watching the stairwell to keep an eye out for any wasps that might come up behind us.
That is helpful.
Too many eyes, just way too many. You cannot be attacked or surprised. That's useful. You cannot be surprised. You may spend. You are attempting to use your power. This is our first attempt at this. In order to do so, you must make a presence DR12 test. So you're trying to rip this eyeball out of your face. And
It's
with
12.
your -1, you still manage to get the 12. So you barely rip it out, place it there, and now you can remotely see from that eye. No problem.
Place it carefully so it won't accidentally get eaten.
You masquerade it as part of the wall gore. And then you ascend upwards. You make your way into a unpleasant smelling place. It smells of rot and feces. It is so pervasive that you can actually taste it. However, the air does seem to get colder, which normally would dampen the smell, so in a more warm climate this room would be absolutely wretched.
Putrid.
However, as you begin to crest into this room, the buzzing intensifies as you begin to see these band of wasps going over this pile of rot feces and just discarded entrails that the wasp had no purpose or no use for in creating its hive. Can you give me a D4?
One.
There is only one wasp currently going through the fecal matter and the entrails, perusing, looking for anything that might have been discarded that might be of worth. And it is currently not paying attention to you.
Story of my life.
Can I set a bear trap behind it so if it like backs up, it snaps the trap?
You can. Looking at this pile of refuse, you do see that this one doesn't have wings, so it's much more inclined to just wander into things. So go ahead and, as you try to do this discreetly, give me a agility test.
Nope. I'm assuming it's more than a 4 needed.
Correct. So you begin trying to sneak up behind it in order to place this, and your foot crumples in this slush pile, creating a bunch of noise as there's just this popping and swooping noise as your foot gets enveloped in shit.
Lovely.
Howie, can you roll me a d6 to see who wins initiative? Since you lost the element of surprise.
2.
2. The singular tiny wasp turns around and will attack the person with a bear trap.
How did the wasp get a bear trap?
Why are you this person? Every time, man. Can you roll me a agility, not dexterity, roll to avoid the wasp's sting?
8.
You get stung.
Isn't that
Yeah, but I've got a -1.
for agility?
Yep. Oh, agility? Sorry. Sorry, I thought you said presence. I swallowed a pretzel wrong. So that's a 9.
Okay, that's a failure. You get stung by this particular creature. You take 1 point of damage. Do you have armor? Go ahead and roll your armor roll to see if you're able to negate the 1 damage. And you do. So, of course. So this singular wasp lunges at you and it careens off your armor. What is your armor? What is you? Oh, it's that mucus, right?
Yes. I'm covered in mucus as armor.
So it scrapes against it and it shears off on the side. Klaus, not right now. Follow the rules. My son, not yet, who's 7 years old, just wants it known that there is a one-time use card to reduce any damage taken by 2. We will get to that as an option. Go downstairs, kid.
Is he like a fairy godparent?
He is. He is a fairy godparent. He thinks he's a parent.
So, what do you do, Howie? Oh, Rusty, nail. Penny?
Penny.
Penny.
Yes.
What does Penny do?
I guess I will go up and attack the wasp with my staff.
You thwack it over the head as much as you can. Give me a strength. Yes, strength check. Test. You're transitioning over from 5e, so it's a little rough.
That would be a 4.
Before you miss, but
That
it's
is
not
shocking.
a 1, so could be worse. So after you slam your staff into this bile, it splatters up into you, and you can just taste someone's dirty underwear. It's an unpleasant sensation. Your turn.
I just swing the bear trap in my hand at it.
Okay.
I don't think I hit it. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you boa noite.
That's been there for a while. That came in 11 minutes ago, so you can just
Oh,
keep moving.
sure. Well, yes, you miss terribly. The wasp is still annoyed at you for invading its kingdom of refuse, bile, and rot. So give me a defense roll. Agility test. You avoid it. Surprise, surprise. Both of you attempt to kill this wingless wasp.
So it's back to Howie.
Yep.
It's looks like it's Portuguese.
Who?
Portuguese for
For
good
good
evening.
evening.
Oh, good evening. We don't speak Portuguese, I'm sorry.
Clowns.
It's a great impersonation, John.
Is that the John?
That is the John.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah. John, thank you for showing up and reminding me that I need to pull out my clicker. Where's my clicker?
I mean, I can see it.
I can too.
Dangum, where is it?
Wouldn't
I
you
s-
like to know?
Both of you drive me crazy. Where's the damn thing? It's right in front of my face, I guarantee it.
Where can we see but you not see?
I hate all of you so much.
Yeah.
I'll give you one click for that. John,
You should give yourself a click for that, too.
that is what I just did. So, hi John.
Oh, he's gonna translate for us.
Yes, Howie, it's your turn. You have shit in your
again?
mouth and an angry wasp attacking your alien friend.
Okay.
Friend? Quote unquote.
Try again. That's a little better. Does a 12 hit?
Yes. You crash down upon this creature. Go ahead and give me that D4.
4.
It takes 2 damage as it's covered in dried shit It has a measure of protection against your thwacking. However, it does not look healthy. Not healthy at all. Your turn.
That's what the D4.
Can I shoot it with the grappling hook?
Go for it.
It is like a grappling hook gun, right?
No.
I would think it's just like a hook.
I imagine
on
you're
a
just
rope.
swinging it and trying to lash it.
It's more fun if it's a gun.
Yeah, well, you don't get...
These dice that you forced me to use because you lost mine are not rolling well.
Why are you this person?
We can fashion a gun at some point, probably.
It's a future you problem. So you miss. Now the wasp will try to kill you again. Or will it? Yeah, it'll attack you. Since you keep attacking it with a bear trap.
Last time I attacked it with a grappling hook.
It's still gratuitous violence that you're going for here.
This game is gratuitous violence that they're going for, so.
Yes.
That's kind of the whole point of the game.
I am
Yes.
hitting the vibe.
Hitting the vibe. Thanks, John. Go ahead and roll a defense check against the angry wasp. You do, so go ahead and whack the
It
wasp.
only rolls well on defense checks.
I'm okay with that. It just means that you get to keep this character a little bit longer.
Dope.
I would use an
That's a-
omen and redo that.
I don't think he has any omens
He has
left.
4
I have
omens.
4 omens.
Oh, that's good.
If you were paying attention during the recap.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because
Rolling a natural 1 on an attack is bad.
that can't be good. That's better. 7.
7's still a mess,
Okay.
but you don't break your weapon.
So do I get to go now?
Yep. You can
Alright, I'm gonna
grapple
attack
into
with my
this wall.
2 stingers this time.
Okay.
I drop the bear trap. I gently place the bear trap down.
Grab your 2 stingers and attempt to the 2 attacks.
5. 17. I hit
17
with
will
one
hit.
of them.
So that's 1d4.
4.
Okay, and
In the box.
first things first, defense roll 2, so it is going to die regardless. And let's see if I get a retaliation attack. Give me 1 final defense roll as you're going all out onto this wasp. Does it get off a lucky hit on you?
8.
Yes, it does. Roll a d4 for your armor. In the box. The wasp, in its last-ditch effort, reaches up and it just sticks into your viscous armor on you. And it just crumples as these needles are piercing into it, and you can see its internal goo oozing out.
I added stinger to my belt.
I feel like this has to be up high.
Can I have 3 attacks now?
No. Jerk.
Can one of my attacks do twice the damage because I hold 2 of them together?
No. If you have time back in the city, maybe you can invest in better...
Can I mount
Armaments?
one to my chest using my goo so that if they attack me, they run into it?
Are you going to hug them to death?
Yes.
Try. Give me... There is no intelligence, so give me a presence check.
Make sure your brain's there.
It's stuck to you. It's not going to be effective, but you also did not stab yourself in the eye.
That's helpful.
You see your companion doing this number.
Can take some of the entrails and wrap them around.
It's gonna fall off in 4 turns.
Kind of falls flat and just drops.
That was anticlimactic.
I just put it back on my belt.
Huzzah. Looking around, you see that this room has also been purposed specifically for the hive. This is clearly the trash dump. This is where they discard all the parts that they don't want. You actually see like hornet pellets, and where those owl pellets discarded in this chamber as well.
Is there anything interesting?
As you
You know spiders poop. They have like weird like residue they leave behind, but I don't know about hornets.
give me a D6.
Roll a d6.
Me or
1.
Cool. Give me a D20.
14.
Sure. Do have to find the right page. Where are the scrolls? Things you own. The thing to be right there. Oh, here we go. What did you roll?
14.
Okay. You reach around and you find something that doesn't feel like flesh. You pull it out and it's this waxed paper. At first you thought it could have been toilet paper, but it's a little bit more broad than you expect. As you look at it, you realize it's the Aegis of Sorrow. A creature of your choice gains 2d6 extra hit points for 10 rounds.
Roll it up and stick it in my belt.
That will require presence roll to use, though, and both of you can actually use the scroll, I believe. Wait, no, you're illiterate, correct?
Yes.
So you can't actually read it.
I hand it to you.
My last character was literate and could read scrolls, but I don't see anything on here
I believe
that says I can or not.
false prophet. No, you are not a false prophet. You are now just a heretical priest.
Does my literacy transfer over since I'm still the same
Ability,
person?
when you blah blah blah.
Technically.
Sure, you can read. I don't see why you wouldn't use. You may use powers while wearing medium armor.
I use a Bible, so I would have to read.
Yeah, you at least can recognize what it is. You begin with one of the following. Yes, you can. Cool. So you can actually use this thing.
So it's a healing scroll, basically?
It's a healing scroll that you can use over and over and over again
Sweet.
until you blow up or you fail. You guys haven't failed at using powers before, so that would be a fun thing to interact with. But you have this scroll on your hip. It's covered in fecal matter.
I hand it
Thanks.
to you.
You're wearing the robes of your previous dead self. Your skin is still a
Did you
little
write it down?
raw.
I didn't write any details, but
Aegis of Sorrow. You may gains 2d6 extra hit points for 10 rounds.
2d6. And is that like a once per day kind of thing? Or?
Powers. To see if you actually, you get a number of uses per day equal to your presence plus a d4. So go ahead and roll a d4.
She'll get 3 today.
3.
However, in terms of, when you read from the scroll, you test presence, DR 12. If you succeed, it activates like normal. If you fail, it doesn't work, you lose D2 hit points, you become dizzy for the next hour, at which point the powers will always fail during that time. Bad things happen, and if you crit fail, really, really bad things happen.
So there's magical backlash. That's possible.
Lovely.
Magical backlash.
It seems like most of the things that I use have magical backlash if I don't roll well.
Well, fortunately, you can at least use this one and won't immediately die. Being a flagellant with 1 hit point served you nothing. So, in this room, it's clearly been repurposed. There is a ladder that seems to be heading upwards, but the trap door that it leads to has been covered up in various sinew and other secretions. There's also a window that's been broken that leads to like a hive passage that seems to go upward. And of course there is the iron staircase that returns downward.
I think I can use the grappling hook to tear that stuff down.
Probably. I was just thinking between the trap door and the staircase, I would choose the ladder.
Me too.
At least.
But we have to uncover it first. I start tossing the grappling hook up to like try to get it caught in the sinew to pull it down.
I really like this plan. It's really cool. Give me a strength test. Oh, well first give me an agility test to see if you can get it up there.
16.
Okay.
That's what
You
she
get
said.
it hooked.
See if you can get it up there.
Okay. Now give me a strength test.
I get
I
it.
appreciate you.
9.
You pull. You are literally like a rope climbing at this point.
Help a person out.
Okay.
What's your strength score?
I don't have one.
It can't be
Both
worse.
0.
So go ahead and roll as well.
I did have an idea though.
Oh.
With the wall
We
of
go get the donkey, tie the rope to the donkey, and have it walk down the stairs.
Have it climb up the iron rod staircase. I love how the donkey's just hanging out by the tent, just be like, it's cold.
Are tendons stretchy
Uh,
or like
The
elastic kind of?
they've been intentionally stretched to create that like a very rigid frame for them to just
Like a
vomit
drum.
on. Yeah, it's more of a drum.
Okay. I was just thinking like with the wall of flesh, basically.
Yeah.
You could take bones from that and like a tendon or something to make like a slingshot for the stingers. Or for the grappling hook. You'd probably have to make a bigger one, but
You can absolutely try.
improve upon.
But there's a grappling hook in the ceiling right now, and you're like, I can make a slingshot out of this stuff.
Is it still stuck?
Yeah.
It's stuck.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I'm hanging on the rope, like swinging,
swinging
back,
back
and forth.
Alright. So do I even? I guess I can still attempt a strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'll do that.
Go ahead and roll twice and take the higher number. I'm
Okay.
going to give you advantage, which is a 5e thing, which does not exist in
Yeah.
this system.
That was a 12. And that was not a 12.
You guys are special. So apparently, wherever the hook is, you have it latched very well.
I start
And both
climbing
of
the
you are
rope.
just... There's a ladder! Why would you climb the rope?
Because one of two things will happen. I will be able to then swing over to the ladder and free my grappling hook, or my weight and jostling it while climbing will achieve my goal.
Give me a strength test. What do you do while...
11.
What do you do while this person's doing this?
So the ladder leads to the trapdoor, which is blocked off.
Correct.
And you said something about a window.
There's a window that's been opened up further, and it leads into what is clearly like an external hive space.
So from the window to the wall.
And there's plenty of sweat dripping down the walls. You are covered in plenty of skeet.
It's terrible. Can I go to the window and see if, like, Is the hive... Well,
Occupied.
yeah, can I see if it's occupied?
Give me a presence test.
Okay. 21.
Okay. You get...
That's the best roll of the whole game.
It is.
John appreciated our lyrical reference.
So, as you get close, you begin hearing a very low drum. At first you think that's a wasp that's very far away, until you get within about 5 feet of the window and you realize that no, it's just coming from a really big thing that's fairly close by. So there's probably a larger wasp inside of that particular nest.
Shut the window. Shut.
However, you do know that hornets like to fly mostly. Ignore the gunshots. They're fine.
That was a gunshot.
I know it's not likely gunshots.
I was just trying to think, like, if we could somehow, like, climb on top of the hive and go further up, like, to go around the trapdoor.
It does seem to lead upward. Like, from where you're looking with your 21 presence, you have a very clear understanding of how this hive works. The hive connects this particular level with the external world and leads upward. This is clearly meant to be like the hornet's like protective outpost hive spot. So it's meant to be a very high vantage point. So if you wanted a way to get to the lighthouse, and with your past life's knowledge of what the outside of the lighthouse looked like, you're pretty sure that this definitely goes up to the lantern chamber.
So, would we have to go inside the hive,
Yes.
or would we be able to, like, climb up the outside?
There is no outside. You would be...
So, like,
this
the
window
window
goes
goes right
into
into-
the
okay.
hive space.
Would the ladder and trapdoor also get us there?
With that perception, not perception, different game, with that presence check, you would know that the trapdoor also leads there.
Okay.
But that big creature is right fucking there.
So, okay, first of all, PG-13.
Continue.
Language is getting salty. So with my 11 strength check,
Oh, right. You don't fall to your death. You climb up, and now you are close to the top.
okay, I swing over and I grab the ladder. I put a foot on the ladder and I hold onto the rope. And then I pull the rope over, I put it down behind the ladder, wrap it around, and use the rope, the ladder like kind of like a pulley, and jump back down to the floor, holding the rope.
Give me...
This is a great idea. I might break the ladder.
I'm a little confused. Isn't the trapdoor, like, at the top of the ladder?
Yes.
So,
So what
wouldn't
I'm
you just
saying
be able to,
is-
like, grab the grappling hook
So,
from
like,
the ladder?
The grappling hook's or the ladder's here, right? And the grappling hook is here. So I swung over, but then I passed the rope through the ladder rungs and back out the other side, so that I could use it as a focal point
Right.
and jump down and use that to pull and put more pressure on where the grappling hook is to free my grappling hook.
Okay.
Let's see if you pull this off. Give me,
Literally.
either... Oh, well, it doesn't matter for you. Give me 2 rolls. First strength, which was...
17.
Now give me an agility.
16.
I can't believe you rolled well there. Okay. You've been rolling terribly this entire game.
It's
Haven't
the
we all?
revenge.
It's revenge.
Yes.
So you full on Indiana Jones rope swing down, it pops the door open. Tears it open. a better way of saying it. It doesn't really pop. It just rips open enough that you can get up into it.
Hooray.
Given the fact that it's like this like iron wrought trap door, it could have made a metric ton of noise. Fortunately, though, you rolled well enough that it just conveniently tore perfectly the way you wanted, and your description would not have caused it to flap around anyway, so it works well.
I do a victory dance at the bottom.
Nor did you fall to your death. You turn around and see Indiana Jones descending. What do you do? Or say?
I would say that's definitely an easier way of getting up there. So.
I carefully free my grappling hook, clean it off, wrap it around, attach it to my belt, put my bear trap back on my back, because I imagine that I have a bear trap harness.
Is it still like loaded?
Yeah.
No.
This is the best idea. There's no way that'll be a problem.
My next attack, I'm going to pile drive someone. Come down on my back with the bear trap.
The next opponent's gonna just grab you and throw it into him.
I mean, they are wasps. They don't know what it is.
Okay, so
I go up the ladder. And I peek through at the top carefully. Like I'm moving slowly.
okay. I can't believe that happened. So, you enter this very...
Thank you for appreciating my genius. I'm gonna pile drive a wasp.
You enter the lantern room, or
I'm
look
peeking up.
into the lantern room. To your right, you do see that a group of windows have been shattered, and the wasp nest that he saw earlier has been built up over the top of the lighthouse itself. And the hole in the window clearly leads into that hornet's place. And you also hear that low drone from that hornet. In here, though, you don't see any other creature in particular.
Do I see the big wasp?
No. It is inside the hive.
Is there a window leading into this level of the, like, from the hive into the...
Yes, from the hive into the lantern chamber, there's a group of windows that have been shattered, allowing access
shattered,
then.
okay. I didn't know if, like, they had opened them up and if we'd be able to close them.
No,
to
they're
block
shattered.
off the passageway.
Is there like an equipment locker or anything that I can see?
Looking around, there's not much in here. It's basically a whole bunch of just simple iron wrought footing, which has been covered in a light level of mucus. You do see the light itself, which is broken. It clearly needs some replacement parts. You can try to repair it. There's some loose tools off to the side. You can straight up try that, or you can find a replacement part.
Are live wasps' nests flammable?
That's a good question.
'Cause I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone. We just set the whole thing on fire.
It depends, because, like there's paper wasps, and they make, like, their hive would be like a paper kind of substance.
These seem
So
to be
you could
flesh
like that.
wasps.
Flesh, I don't think is flammable.
I mean, anything's flammable with enough fire.
I guess you could set it on fire, and burn it. Wouldn't smell pleasant.
I would like to look around more and see if I can find, because like there should be stuff for repairing the lighthouse around.
That's correct.
So I would like to look for repair stuff. And fire, because we still don't have any way of actually setting anything on fire, which, I mean, we probably should have bought, like...
Give me a D6 to see if you remember some basic details.
3.
3. With the 3, think about the rooms you've passed through so far. You entered through which room?
The entry room.
You then entered which room? It was the second floor one.
All I know is I picked up rope there, but I didn't find much of anything. So I'm assuming that would be the equipment room.
It was a workshop filled with all kinds of lighthouse gear. The thing that you latched onto was the rope.
That looked like the most fun thing in there.
So,
So we should go back down and look for
there's
stuff.
also a toolbox here if you just want to try and replace it now.
Well, I would like to assess what it needs. Because I need to know what I'm looking for. I am not a lighthouse technician, so...
Looking in here, you do see that the
Why not?
lantern mechanism,
Why
the
are we doing this?
piece you want to leave.
There's nobody better suited than an alien and a weird priest.
Everybody else was very content to just die in this frozen hellhole.
Well, that seems like a personal problem.
It is, which is why you came here.
Alright, I would like to investigate what I need, try to figure out what I need to fix the lighthouse.
The lantern mechanism has been jammed by the Hornet's gunk. As you look at the various machinations that cause the mirrors to move, it's covered in mucus and bile. And someone they might have gone adventuring with in a past life, it's just gunked up. The Hornets moved in, called it home, and it did not interact with the mechanisms.
I would like to use one of the stingers from my belt to start, like, clearing away.
You can attempt to clear it off with a successful agility check. So go.
And
Yep. There's no way that this could be a problem. As you
the
try
alien
to.
and the priest does sound like a really good sitcom.
Ha!
Also sounds like an average day at work. 4!
As you try to clear it away, it becomes apparent to you that there's no way that anyone of your masterful skill will be able to fix the parts that are broken. But you are certain that you saw something similar back in the workroom.
I guess I'll go back down the ladder and look for stuff that we will be able to use.
So you're going
Me too.
downstairs
To the
2
equipment
floors?
room. Yep.
Alright. Can you go ahead and roll me a D?
Remember, my eye was there to keep an eye
Oh,
on things.
you monster!
That's not very nice.
She's an alien, not a monster.
Give me a D6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1.
Okay. Give me a D4. In the box!
1.
Why can't you guys roll decently on...
Why are we making your job easier for you?
Thank you.
I'm having a great time. How are you having a good time?
We only roll well when it doesn't pertain to the actual storyline.
Apparently, your eye does notice that coming up from below, coming up the iron rod staircase, comes this hornet dragging what looks to be a small frost hound.
Poor puppy.
Is that the Frost Hound?
Yes, that's the frost hound.
Check the comment section.
Is our kid in the comment section? Cuz!
The comment
I
section.
see the comment section. Be gone.
I will give you a card if you guys have a comment.
Do you want to lose your show tonight?
Go away.
Guys, check
Bugger off!
comments.
Been reading.
Is there any comments yet?
Yes.
Alright.
Don't give us a card!
This cameo appearance brought to you by
ADHD. Again, the neck has been broken. It's clearly deformed in some way. And you can actually see that it's been affected by some poison, as you can see these boils festering on around its neck and shoulder area.
Festering boils.
Do you see something we don't, John?
No, he's mimicking Klaus.
Oh,
I
good.
get what John's saying.
So, we only have 13 minutes left. So you see out of the corner of your eye a single hornet. You guys keep rolling really well on not encountering anything.
But I'm not there, so I can't pile drive the hornet yet.
So is this...
No, you're like 2 floors up. I imagine you begin descending and start planning to do your pile driving from somewhere on top of the staircase. How far up do you want to do your pile drive? And what do you do?
I would like to do it far enough to be effective, but not so far that I take a negative on the roll.
Do you want to do bonus damage by falling really high?
Well, no,
You're
no,
wearing
but
armor.
would damage me.
You're wearing armor. Who cares?
Do you want to use my staff to, like, pole vault yourself?
Off the stairs.
Well, I can use the femur. Or the rope. I can tie the rope to the stairs.
How are you going to tie a rope to stairs?
Because they're like a wrought iron
Yeah,
staircase.
it's wrought iron.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I tie the rope to the stairs,
And what do?
and then I, like, fireman down it, and when I seem to have it right under me, I, like, push off the staircase, release the rope, and right on the bear trap, on the wasp.
Normally it's a strength test to do the attack rolls, but go ahead and give me a agility test for this special level of stupid.
Do you want to use one of my omens?
To reroll.
No. Use omens for whenever you're about to die.
But this is really cool!
Do you want to reroll this?
I want a bonus. I want a 9 to be sufficient to hit.
It's not. It requires a 12 since you're not using an item appropriately at all. And give me one more agility test though. Oh, good. Roll me a d6.
I damaged myself, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, gosh. Roll your armor against that.
1.
Okay, so you attempt this maneuver. You tie off the rope. You jump off backwards. The rope spins you. You land on your side. The thing bites down, but you tied it onto you awkwardly, and so it like jams into your back. So you kind of stab yourself, take falling damage, and are kind of just crippled. Enjoy that 5 damage. Let's roll initiative. So go ahead, Howie, give me a d6. You're at the top of the stairs, by the way, because I bet you were trying to be discreet.
Yeah. 5.
Great. I think the bad guy goes first.
Aw.
Let me double check. Nope, you guys get to go first. So,
Yay!
Howie, you get to go first. You saw your companion fail.
I will... I guess
I
I'll...
think I should get an omen back for that, though, because that was inspired, and there's not inspiration to
There
it.
is not inspiration in this game.
I guess I'll make my way downstairs.
Make my way downstairs.
I imagine you just trudge downstrs. Realizing now that you have more hit points than the person.
Like a normal person.
If it had worked, it would have been really cool.
This is how aliens attack. Wah! So you go downstairs. Let's say you're able to move that distance and give Elf an attack if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attack the wasp.
The wasp is very disturbed by the current events.
Why am I not surprised? 16.
Will definitely hit the surprised, very upset wasp.
Sweet. Let's go.
Fly a kite.
3.
Okay, it takes 2 damage as you thwack it again. Fortunately, the wolf is partially in the way, and so you smack it over those like boils on its neck, which deadens the hit a little bit, and they burst, spewing pus all over the place.
Is the wolf dead?
Very.
Okay. I didn't know if it was just like injured and unconscious or something.
Well, it would be fun if I had it yelping in pain and you kill it too, but no. That would have been cool. But no, that does not happen. What do you do?
I pop up and go, I'm okay.
Just like that.
Just like that. And then I whack it with the thigh bone.
Don't forget you have the special ability to grant someone temporary hit points if you want. At some point in
You
your
also have
life.
healing on you.
I will keep that in mind.
I hit
What did you roll?
nothing.
Oh,
8.
you roll an 8. You also hit the puppy.
I just look sad.
The puppy also looks sad. And now the wasp will attack you because you look all kinds of
You're
wrong.
struggling.
So go ahead and give me a defense roll as this wasp is going after anything that looks like it could be useful.
What is
And you look
defense
damaged.
roll?
Give me a agility test.
Agility test.
And it's DR 12.
Okay.
So what did you roll?
2.
2 plus your agility, which is 2.
4.
So you would be hit.
Of course.
And I'm going to deal 2 points of damage to you.
Well, that's great because that gives me 1 point of health.
Don't forget that
Might
you
wanna heal
have
yourself
omens.
next turn.
Yeah.
Also, because you were stung by a horrible hornet, give me a toughness roll.
Jeez. 18.
No one is getting poisoned. I'm so
I
sad.
already died once. What more do you want from me?
You come. A new character could have been found in the fecal hole that she didn't find earlier. It didn't find earlier. Whatever you want.
Can I resurrect as the Frost Hound?
We'll see. Oh my gosh, that's. Anyway,
That would be awesome.
that'd be awesome. But right now, you're not poisoned. Good job. Back to you, Lot. The wasp looks like it's ready to just kill you next.
I just fling myself down the stairs for that extra hit point of death.
Why?
I'm just
This
kidding.
charge is a weapon that does 3 more
Okay, go
damage, and that does 3 more damage and costs for 1 HP.
He balanced it this time.
That's not wrong. That's how you do this game.
Dad,
Go away!
use it!
I will. I will, Klaus.
Ah,
Kids are
Use
fun.
it to stop us! They will use it!
Parenting with Borg. He really likes this book, by the way. Please support the developers. So what do you two do?
I'm going to try to smack it again with the femur. Although technically he went first. last time.
Again? You're trying to hit
I
it.
said try again. Try
Okay.
to smack it again. Like
Okay.
the again was for the try, not
Okay.
the smack.
Okay. What do you
Said
do?
Try it again.
can I? So, am I able to use the healing scroll at any point in time, or like, can I
Absolutely.
not use that?
You can
during-
pull it out and read from its holy
Well,
words.
you also have the.
That is,
You have
the Necruable Bible. That's
I think that's like a real woe.
that's
Is this
another.
good
If
or-
I roll, I can heal a D4 HP after just 5 minutes of rest.
Oh, you don't have 5 minutes
So that's
right now.
not, that's not really gonna be helpful. And I also have the med kit. I don't know if that's a thing
I think
can
that
use.
needs to be outside of combat for that.
That's what I figured.
So, do you want to read from the from this blasphemous scroll?
Yeah. So I have to roll a D12.
Yep, this is presence.
Okay.
Please roll a 1.
I rolled a 2. And it's +2, so 4.
Well, that's just going to fail. Do you want to use an omen to re-roll, or are you content just
Wait,
failing?
You're supposed to roll a d12 for that?
No, he's supposed to use a d20.
But it says roll d12.
No, it's a dr12.
It's
Use-
dr12.
Oh,
You're
my
trying to...
bad.
Yeah.
I'm special.
So no need to use an omen to reroll that one.
Yay!
13 plus 2, 15.
It works.
So if
So
I
you
roll,
use one of your daily uses,
okay,
and you
how many uses did I have?
get 2d6 temporary hit points, effectively.
Okay, that's 1. Can I split up the 2d6?
No.
One to her and one to me.
No. This game is one of those that being generous isn't part of the...
6.
Oh, that's lovely. Good job.
So that means you have 7 hit points right now.
Yeah, you're at her maximum normally. And that's temporary, don't forget.
7
Good job. So you missed. You bring up this shield around her. What does it look like, blasphemous priest?
temporary. It would probably look like. What would it look like? It would probably look like a haze of, like, rust dust in the air. Like,
So you begin reading and it gets that like plague flies, but it's rust kind of vibe going to it. Ugh. Alright, the wasp will try to kill you still. Give me a defense roll as you're being stabbed by this wasp. Like, oh, stop. Agility, you failed again.
4.
1 damage.
Yeah.
So that comes off of your.
Of the 10.
Yeah.
And still give me a toughness roll.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
As it stings through the rust, it
What hurts the most?
cuts most of the thing, but you could still be
6.
poisoned. You are now infected.
You're welcome.
By your genetics.
Nope. That's a different creature. With these guys, it's just a simple 1d4 additional damage. So 3 more damage. You're not infected. I am glad you decided to use that scroll, though. You're alive.
It was helpful. I'm back to my normal amount of hit points.
It's so depressing, man.
At least I'm not dead.
Hit it again.
Go for it.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
It's dead.
With a nat 20 attack, you do double damage.
So do I roll and double it, or I roll twice?
Roll twice.
3. 2.
Okay, so you're like, ah! And you hit it with your femur, right?
Yes.
You hear the exoskeleton of this creature just crack as it just kind of implodes and falls backwards, trying to get a little bit of cover from the wolf corpse, but it loses consciousness before it can get any serious cover.
Yay.
And as you look around the chamber, you do see some machination that is a replacement part for the part that was gunked up.
I pick it up, and then I sit down, and I go, we should probably take a nap.
And as you rest, because I totally forgot that there was resting rules, you guys have a quick drink and you restore 1d4 hit points.
Woo!
And this is from your normal hit points, not temp. And I assume you're going to be losing those temp hit points.
That would make.
Do you only get 1?
Yeah.
Well, no, you can do the Holy Bible thing, right?
Yeah, I can.
The necrotic Bible or whatever?
So give me a D6 for that.
I think so.
I assume. I will go to that page and I will just read its holy word.
Oh yeah, it's a D4.
Do.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
You can use it once per day.
Roll. It just says
Roll a die.
It's not specific, so.
I
Let
mean,
me know
you
if it's
have
even or odd.
2 of your 3 hit points, so I mean,
Is 20 a better chance of
Even or odd.
20.
Even. For the rest of the day, you heal D4 after just 5 minutes of rest. So go ahead and just for giggles, you're back to max. Good job.
Yay.
alright, and that's probably a good place
To stop.
where we started. So,
Yeah, you guys got so far.
if you enjoyed
We found
Borg,
peace.
we did.
So
Now we just need to find.
we're that much
Oh, can I
closer.
also do a quick search for flint?
Yes, it has all the pieces you need to relight the
Awesome.
lantern. You have all that in a convenient kit.
Wonderful.
Alright. Well, thank you all for joining us. If you enjoyed tonight, there is a new Morkborg shirt up on DungeonHavoc.com.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them. There's 2 different Morkborg shirts, and they have the blessing of the Morkborg creators.
Yeah, sweet.
So check them out.
Enjoy the final song, guys.
And
The end of the world does die.
Yeah. With that, I believe we will see you next week.
Yep. Thank you for watching.